Crocoblock is one of the most powerful solutions out there to build dynamic websites, but because this is such a comprehensive solution, it also comes with a steep learning curve. So you often hear terms like custom post types, taxonomies, meta fields, glossaries, listing grids, custom queries, filters, dynamic visibility. And honestly, it becomes overwhelming real quick. So today I'm going to build a complete project from scratch, literally from start to finish, and you can watch over my shoulder as I do so. And I would strongly advise that you watch the whole video from start to finish, because like I said, we are going to cover all the steps start to finish. So that way you will learn and understand how Crocoblock really works, and this will allow you to go out there and start selling dynamic websites. Very good, so let's get started with step number 1, hosting and domain name registration. Now feel free to use any hosting provider that you want, but on the channel personally we like Hostinger because they're fast, reliable, and also super affordable. So they provided our audience with a discount code of up to 85% discount. So if you decide to use Hostinger, all you have to do is click on the very first link in the description below where it says get hosting here. And this will bring you to this dedicated landing page that we have with Hostinger. And as you can see, by using the link, you can save up to 75% of your hosting plans. So as you can see, start at $2.99. You also get 3 months for free. And on top of that, I have a coupon code for you guys for an extra 10% discount at checkout. So you can claim the deal here. Click on this button. It's going to bring you here. And now you can choose among 3 different hosting plans. You have Premium, Business, and Cloud Startup. So apart from the price, what's the difference? Well, it's very simple. If you scroll down the page, as you can see, this one you can host up to 25 websites, 50 websites, and 100 websites. And obviously, all the resources are increasing accordingly based on the amount of website you can host. So now, depending on your goals and objectives here, where you can select any of those, now you can always start with this one and move to the next one up when needed. Now, the good thing with hosting as well is that you get a lot of free stuff. Like, for instance, you get free domain names. So your first domain name is completely free. So this is valued at $9.99. Unlimited bandwidth as well, very unique, unlimited free SL certificate. So normally hosting providers will charge you at least $49 or $29 a year per website for every SSL certificate. Here is completely free, guys, okay? So this is the beauty of Hostinger. A lot of free stuff and all of that at a very, very affordable price. And again, like I said, I have a coupon code for you as well. So let's say you wanted to go ahead with this one here. So from here, you have to select your billing cycle. As you can see, it's $2.99 instead of $11.99. So big savings indeed. Now I have a coupon code, okay? So Mr. Web, all in capital letters, and then apply. And there you go. As you can see, discount is 75% plus 10% on top. And now it's $2.69 only per month instead of $2.99. So in total, if you were to go for a billing cycle of 48 months for 4 years, you can log that price in for 4 years. It will only cost you $129 and you save $432. Now, obviously, you can have a shorter period of time if you wanted to. It could be 24 months or perhaps 12 months. And if you select 12 months, it's only $43 US. As you can see, big saving of $96 in total. So that's really up to you, select any of those. And then after this, proceed to checkout. Very good. So once you've gone through the checkout process, you'll be redirected to this page. So this is a simplified onboarding process that will allow you to install WordPress in just a few clicks. So again, added value for any users. So here, basically select your language, enter an email address and password. So make sure to remember these because these are your admin dashboard credentials. Okay, so click next. Very good. So how would you like to build your website using AI or use a pre-built website and theme? Well, it's neither of those actually. For us is create a blank site. Okay, so click on this one here at the bottom. And now in the next step, you can register your domain name. So you don't have to do it immediately. You can use a temporary domain if you wanted to. That's really up to you. If you know which domain you want to register, simply enter it here and check for availability. So let's look for Mr. Web Crocoblock. Very good. And as you can see, MrWebCrocoblock.com is available. And now if you wanted to register it, all you have to do is click on it and then go to the next step. Excellent. So now that we have our hosting set up and WordPress installed, we can finally purchase the Crocoblock suite. Now we reached out to Crocoblock, but unfortunately they don't provide any coupon codes to anyone at all unless it's their anniversary. They will provide a special coupon code for just 1 week. So if it's that time of the year, well, enjoy it. Otherwise, unfortunately, they don't provide any coupon codes. So here's the thing, guys. If you want to purchase the Crocoblock suite, you can use our affiliate link in the description below at no extra cost to you. But that way we earn a little commission and this helps support the channel. So all you have to do is click on the link in the description below where it says get Crocoblock here. Very good. So once you've clicked on the link, it's going to bring you to the official Crocoblock website. So again, Crocoblock is a suite of different plugins that will allow you to create dynamic websites. So that's basically it. Okay. So what sort of different plugins do we have with JetEngine, JetElement, JetThemeCore, tabs, booking, etc. So there's 20 plus different plugins which will allow you to create literally any type of dynamic website. And obviously either save a lot of money if you build it for yourself or make a lot of money if you're building it for someone else. Okay, so what's the cost of this? So let's check the pricing here. So if you want to build this just for one website, you can say for one project or unlimited project here on top. Okay, excellent. So when it comes to subscription plans, it's very simple. You have two different options basically here. It's either for one project or multiple projects. If it's for one project, it's the payments per year, basically. It's renewable every year. So you can go by either by plugins. So you can select specific plugins. So for instance, I just want Jet Tabs, I just want JetFormBuilder, and maybe Jet Review. It will add up this amount. But bear in mind, again, it will renew every single year, okay? Or you can go $199 for all inclusive. And again, at the end of the year, it will renew. And if you're planning to build dynamic websites for others, you might want to consider either of those two. So this one is $750. That's a one-off payment, and this one $999. So what's the difference? Well, this one you can build up to 500 different projects. This one is unlimited projects. So, and this is the one that we personally have ourselves. So the unlimited project at $999. Great value regardless. You know, once you build your first project, you're going to charge maybe 10, 15,000. What's 99 on top? It makes no difference, like, you know. So one-time payment, and that's yours forever after this. So once you've purchased any of those three plans here, you can go to your account and you'll have access to all the different Crocoblock plugins. As you can see, they're all listed here. You can download them individually. And now we can start building our dynamic website. Excellent. So for this, we log into our WordPress dashboard. From here, we go to plugins, and then we're going to check all the plugins that are installed. So as you can see, there's 3 of them from Hostinger. We have Hostinger AI, Hostinger Easy Onboarding, and Hostinger Tools. Definitely don't need this. We just need Lightspeed Cache at the end of the session here. We're going to enable it. But for now, we can deactivate them all. Okay, so apply. And we're just going to get rid of those ones here all together. So delete. And that's just done. Okay, so that's very good. Okay, so now let's install our JetEngine plugin. So go back to your Crocoblock account, and right here have JetEngine. So download this, save that on your hard drive, and then we can install it. Okay, so add plugin, upload plugin, choose file, and then select JetEngine, open, and then install, activate. Very good. As you can see, this is installed here by the side. We have all the different options. Now, there's one thing you need to do, obviously, is to go to Crocoblock here and make sure that you activate your license key. Okay, so you go to license here, and then you add your new license, which you can find here in your backend. If you click on view detail, it will reveal the license key, and then paste it here, and that's basically it. Okay, so let's click on add new license, then Control V, and activate license. There you go. As you can see, this is now activated. So now we can exit out of this. As you can see, you can install any of those afterwards as well. So these are all the Jet series, so all the Crocoblock plugins that you can install once you start working on your website. Okay, so let's go back to JetEngine now. We're going to go to post types, and this is where it all starts. So what are we going to build today? Well, let's take inspiration from one of their demo sites here. As you can see, this is a car dealer, car sales service. So right here on top, as you can see, we have a hero section with a search feature. You can search by cars, for instance. If you select cars, it's going to give you a few different makes here. BMW, Ferrari, Ford, Infiniti, and so on and so on. Now, if you select machinery, you'll have a different set of selectable items here, obviously, you know, and so on and so on. Once you select, it's going to show you the model and then the location. You have pricing and all of that. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we can build this. I'm going to show you how you can create a section like this with all the different types of transport. I'm going to show you how you can create all the ads like these ones, show them on your homepage, how to create a VIP section like this one, maybe display all the proper account brands, and so on and so on. And once you click on any of those, I'm going to show you how you can design this specific single page for each and every item with all the different parameters, description, all the options here, and also the seller details by the side. And all of this obviously can be turned into a marketplace. And as you can see, you can place an ad, and I'm going to show you how you can monetize that as well. Create your hero section, your menu section, footer section, single page, and the category page as well. Okay, so let's get started. So if you go back to the home page here, obviously we are selling types of transport. We are selling what here? On this we have water transport, trucks and buses, special machinery, and so on. Okay, so let's go back here. We go to post types, and this is the first thing we are going to build. We're going to create our custom post type. So what does that mean exactly? Well, as you can see by the side, you have your post here, you have your pages. What we're going to do is to insert a tab here for all our ads, all our different listings. Okay, so add new. So what are we going to call this? Well, let's keep it simple, ads. Okay, so it's going to create the slug automatically for us, but let's call it differently just to make sure we know exactly what it is. Let's call this single car. Okay, so here leave everything as is, and then we're going to go to the advanced settings. And as you can see, you have toggle switches. So it's public, everything keep this the exact same the way it is, you know. And then what we have here is just here at the bottom, you need to make some changes. So with the menu position here, you can leave it as is for now. We might change it later. We'll see how it goes. Menu icon, we're going to change the icon here. So I'm going to look for a car maybe, or maybe the speedometer here. Let's see cars. What does it do now? We don't have. So the speedometer here, it's fine as well. You know, it's related to cars and everything. So support here, we need the title, we need the editor, we need the thumbnail as well. As you can see, I've done all the different options here. Thumbnail, and we need the author as well. There you go. So that's all we need. Very good. And then we have the rewrite slug here. We're going to change this to car so we know exactly what this is. As you can see, it's to customize the permalink structure slug. So that's what basically comes after your domain name, whatever your domain name.com is, /cars, and we know exactly where we are on the website. Okay, so now you're going to save this and see what happens. Now right here by the side we have our post types, ads with the speedometer, and as you can see, you can create new ads and add new posts as well. So we're not finished yet, obviously, you know. So let's go down the page here. Now we need to add meta fields. So what are meta fields exactly? Well, these are the components that will be inserted inside every listing. So if I go here and click on ads, open in a new tab, this is what it looks like. If I click add post, as you can see, all you have is the title and the content here. That's all we have. It's basically like editing a blog post. So there's no added features at the moment. Now, if you add some features here, different fields, you can add them right here and they will display in the front end when you create a new listing. Okay, so let's go here. So what would we need? Maybe we need the price, clearly. If it's a car or any vehicle, we need the price, maybe the mileage, the body type, the year, perhaps how many doors, the type of engine, transmission, or things like this. Okay, so what we do now, we create a new meta field. So click on this, and right there you have the label. So this is basically the title. Okay, so let's start with the price. Okay, and then the type, is it a field, tab, accordion, or endpoint? In our case is going to be a field, and then you select the field type. So this is a price, so this should be a number normally. Okay, this would make sense. You can set a minimum value, a maximum value, and incremental as well, step value, as you can see here. Okay, but for us it's fine the way it is, obviously, you know. And is it required, yes or no? Well, you have to put the price. Obviously it's a sale listing, you know. We can add a new one now, so you can go on top as well and close this as you work, you know. So you can close that, go to the next one. So what do we need? We need the mileage. Okay, this is a field, text, maybe number again, you know, because this is a value, a numeral value. And then scroll down is required as well, I suppose, you know, unless you're selling tractors, like we said, you know, we have motorbikes as well. Let's see, what do we have here? Transport and all that. So maybe mileage should be optional, perhaps. Okay, maybe a boat doesn't have mileage, I don't know. And then you can close this and move on to the next one. So again, what do we need? The year, I suppose, you know, when was it manufactured, And this is also a number, but you could select a date as well if you wanted to, you know. So we have date time here. So that's really up to you, and date. So this is date. Okay, let's select date like this, exactly as a field. Is this required? Well, I suppose this would be a required field. Yes. Okay, so next, let's create the body type perhaps. So this one is slightly different. So I'm going to type here body type. Okay, so field is fine. The type of field. So body types, obviously, we're going to have a lot of options. You know, we could have sedan, I don't know, a convertible, maybe sports car, maybe 4x4 off-road or something like this, you know. So it's going to have a lot of different options. So this is going to be a select option. But here we're not going to enter the option manually ourselves. We're going to use a glossary. So I'm going to show you how to create this in a second. So for now, we're just going to click update. And now I'm going to go back to JetEngine, open this in a new tab. And right here, as you can see, you have modules, performance, skins manager, and so on and so on. And right here, you have glossaries. Okay. And now we're going to create our new glossary and we're going to give it a name. So clearly this one is the body type. Okay. The data source, is it set items manually or get items from uploaded files? So that's up to you really. If you have a ready-made file, you can use that. What we're going to do is do it manually for now, okay? And we'll create our new fields. So here we need to enter two different values. One is saved in the database and one is shown for the user. So let's say if it's a sedan, for the database, it's all in lowercase. And if it's for the front end, for your viewers, it's sedan with a capital S, obviously, you know. And then create new one. So this one, let's call it hatchback. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. Like I said, all in lowercase. And now we can fetch this here and type a capital H and then Control V. Okay. There you go. And obviously you would do so with as many different types of body type that you want to add. And there you go. I've done that quickly. So sedan, hatchback, SUV, crossover, coupe, convertible, van, buses, trucks, and not set. Okay, and now we can save this. Very good. So if you go back here now, if you refresh your page and then go back to our field here, can expand this, and now we'll be able to select the glossary, which is body type. Okay, just like that. So let's make this field required, and that's basically it for this one. Okay, so we can close this now, and let's move on to the next one. So we could have the same as body type with a glossary as well. So I've created a few already. As you can see, I have body type. I created engine type, transmission, drivetrain, and advanced options. And you have all the different options here. So for engine type, we'll have petrol, diesel, electric, hybrid. For transmission, maybe automatic, manual, automated manual, and continuously variable. We have the drivetrain as well, all-wheel drive, etc., etc., and then advanced options. So I've created those fields already, and now we can create our different post types here and add them in our meta fields. Okay, so I've done that now. So you can see body type, engine type, transmission, drivetrain, and advanced options are all using a dedicated glossary with all the different options inside. Okay, so this is step number one. And then we also have, if you go back here, straight at the bottom here, we have all the VIP ads. So this is another feature we're going to add, another meta field. And let's call this one VIP, okay? Or maybe is VIP instead, okay? It might be better. Just to know exactly what we're doing. And right here, this is a field again, okay? And the type of field, this one is a switcher. So this is slightly different. So what is a switcher field? Well, it's very simple. Just like a light switch is on or off, a switcher field is what it is. You know, it's either yes or no. So in our case, we want to know if it's VIP, yes or no, in which case it's simple, 1 or 0. Switcher. Okay, simple. So we're done here. So update post types. Very good. So now let's discover our ads, post type here. Okay, so we go to ads, open in a new tab and create a new one. As you can see before, we just had the title and the description. Now for all these fields here underneath, you have price, mileage, year, body type. As you can see, you can select among all the different options that were in our glossaries. Okay, and there you go, all the different options. And then also is VIP. And as you can see, this is a switcher because it's on or off. Simple. Okay. Now let me show you another feature again. So if you go back here and then we go back on top, we go into the advanced settings, scroll down, and right here we added the editor. Now if you disable this and then update, and you go back here and refresh, Very good. As you can see now, it's not as a Gutenberg blog post editor anymore. It's a different layout. It's just as a normal listing. I personally prefer this version myself, but again, it's just a matter of preferences. I showed you the option. You can choose whichever option you prefer, obviously, Very good. So before we can create our own listings here and add them to the website, let's go back to the demo site here. And as you can see, buy, sell, trade, we have a filter here. And all these listings are filtered by type of transport, make, model, and location as well. So let's set car here, and then you have all the different makes here. So let's go with Mercedes, the model, and then you have the location. As you can see, this is a state in America, okay? So basically, we need to create this as well now, obviously, So how do we do so? Well, these are called taxonomies. So we go back to JetEngine. And from here, we go to taxonomies and let's create our first one. So the first one is type of transport. Okay, so Control C. Where are we now? Here. Okay, so type of transport. There you go. Post type. So we're going to assign this obviously to our ads here. Okay, so here, scroll down, select ads, and that's all we need. Okay, so add taxonomy. And if we have a look by the side, we have our ads. As you can see, ads, add post, and type of transport. So now we can add them, okay? So let's do the same with the others. So the next one is going to be makes, I believe. Yeah, makes, okay? So add new. So makes, post type again, ads, and then add taxonomy. And then let's do the same with the others. Excellent. So now we have 5 of them. So type of transport, makes, model, state, and also I added the color because we'll probably need that in the listing as well afterwards. So here, if you go back to your ads, as you can see, we have all these different subsections now. So we type of transport, makes, model, state, and color. And now we can simply add all the different types of transport. Okay, so we could have cars, we could have machineries, okay, and stuff like this. And then you're going to add as many as you want. And you'll do the same with all the makes, all the different models, all the different states, and all the different colors. Okay, so I've just done that now with all the different colors, all the different states, all the different models, all the different makes, and also all the different types of transport. So now we can create our ads because we have everything in place, as you can see under our post type. So if you go back to your ads and refresh this section, as you can see now, there's a few added things here by the side. You have the color, state, model, makes, and type of transport, and the featured image. And now you can start uploading your own listings if you want to use this as your own personal website. Now, obviously, we're going to create a marketplace here where they can obviously upload their own listings. So let me find this here. As you can see, place an ad, but we're not there yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create a few different listings manually and add them to our website. Very good. So I've done that now. So if you go to ads, you'll find 70 different ads. As you can see, Honda CBX and maybe Daewoo D50S and so on and so on. So we have a bit of content now that's going to help us to display things in the front end. So now we have our ads created. So let's move on to the next step, which is displaying them in the front end. So if you go back here, again, you have all the different ads here. So I'm going to show you how you can create those different listings, how you can display all the content in the front end. And then we'll create the type of transport. And finally, I'll show you how you can filter down all the information. And then finally, we will create a marketplace allowing people to upload their own ads. Okay, so let's go ahead with this. So let's have a look at our website in the front end. So visit site, open. There you go. As you can see, this is the default theme, the 2025 that comes with WordPress. So we're going to install our own. Now, Crocoblock is compatible with any theme of your choosing. So feel free to pick any theme that you want. But they have one designated theme that they designed themselves, the Crocoblock team designed, and it's called Kava. So this is the one we're going to install. So if you go back to your account and then download the theme, now we can install it together. Okay, so we go back here. We go to Appearance, Themes, Add Theme, Upload Theme, and we're going to install Kava. So there's 2 of them. You have Kava and Kava Child. So I would highly recommend you install both of them, okay? So first, the main one, and then activate. Excellent. And now I'm going to add the child theme as well. So what's the purpose of having both of them? Well, if you activate the child theme, you still get all the updates, even if you customize its content. So the one that should be active is a Kava child, okay? And make sure this one is here as well. And when you run an update on this one, all the features will be added to this one without affecting any of those changes you make to the theme, which is one of the amazing things of having a child theme, okay? So this is installed now. Now, if you go back to the front end and have a look, as you can see, that looks beautiful, you know. So how do you design this? Well, we need an additional plugin called Elementor. So you're probably familiar with Elementor. So again, we go to plugins, add plugin, here look for Elementor. And you don't need the pro version, the free version will suffice. So this is the one here, as you can see by Elementor, Elementor website builder, more than just a page builder. So just install this, okay? And then activate. Now, if you have an account or a pro version of Elementor, connect your account. I'm just going to skip this for now. Let's pretend you're using the free version because it will work with the free version regardless, okay? So I'm just going to exit out of this. Okay, so let's start designing this together. So let's go back to our demo site. So as you can see, we have a motorbike here, a forklift, etc., etc. So these are all individual ads. So what we need to do is basically just design one of them and then display them as a loop if you wish, okay? Like a grid, basically, okay? So that's how it works. So all we have to do is just design one of them. So put the picture, the title, the price, maybe those details here, and then click View More to go to the dedicated landing page itself, the single product page, okay? So let's take care of this first. So we go back here. So first, obviously, we have to create a home page. So we go to Pages, All Pages, going to add a new page. So we're going to call this one Home Page. We're going to publish. Now we can edit with Elementor. Excellent. And now to insert this on our home page, we need to create one single item, one single layout for each one of them. Okay, so we go back to our dashboard here. So ideally, you should have multiple tabs open. You know, it's probably easier to work that way. And for this, we go to JetEngine. We go to Listings and Components. So this is going to be a listing grid. So the components of the listing grid here. Okay, so we go back here. So add new item. So listing source, that's going to be post. Type of post, that's going to be ads. We can give it a name. So listing grid, for example, okay? And listing view, that's going to be Elementor. So create listing item. Very good. So now I'm going to insert a container first. So drag and drop. Very good. So let's set this container to a specific width. So I'm going to set this to maybe 370 pixels. There you go. As you can see, this is a preferred width. And now we can add the image. So as you can see, we have the image first, and then the name, the title basically, and the price. So let's add those two first. So click on the plus sign here. So all the items that we're going to add are dynamic items, obviously. So if you type dynamic here, you will find just a few fields, and these are the ones that we can use, okay? So first we're going to add a dynamic image, okay? So drag and drop. Very good. So as you can see, the image is showing up immediately here. So where is this getting it from? Well, it's very simple. This is linked directly to our post ads, and it's going to fetch the very first one. So if you go to ads here, this is the very first one, CBX650. And if you click on it, this is our featured image. Okay, so all the content here, now we can display it directly here and dynamically as well. Okay, so next we have the title. So this is a dynamic content again. So type dynamic here, and this is going to be a dynamic link because they can click on it and it will bring them to the listing. Okay. So as you can see, it says read more at the minute, but you can change this obviously with the actual title. So I'm going to replace read more with the title, which should normally the name Honda CBX650. Okay. So right here, as you can see, that's why it said read more. Now, if you click on this, as you can see, it's dynamic tags, and you can go and fetch them dynamically. But there is a shortcut here because all you need is the title. So there's a predefined field for this, which is called title. So if you type here title in between percentage, percent title percent, it will show immediately, as you can see, Honda CBX 650. So it's just faster way to fetch the actual title. So this is fetching the information fine. And then you can go into style and change the typography. Okay, so I'm going to change this quickly. So let's close this. So let's say maybe we're going to use Montserrat for this. Montserrat. We're going to go for the size maybe a little bit bigger, about this size, the weight, thick, maybe black like this. Okay, perfect. We can change the color perhaps. So I'm going to go with maybe a darker gray like this. Perfect. So this is our title added. And then now we need to add the price as well. So let's do that. Again, dynamic content. Okay, so dynamic. And this one is going to be a dynamic field. So let me show you how a dynamic field works. So I'm going to just drop it here. Oops, there you go. So there's different ways of going about it, different types of information you can fetch, obviously. So if you select the source here as post, term, and user object, you can select all the basic information like title, date, author, etc., etc. So this is the usual information. In our case, it's a custom meta field. So from here we go there, we go to metadata because we created that manually, obviously, you know. And here we're going to fetch the one that's related to what we want, which is the price. Okay, so price is here. As you can see, 33,000. Very good. Now we want to add the $sign before this. So now if you scroll down the page here, you'll find an option that says filter field output. You can open this and here you can customize this, customize the output. As you can see, $S. Now we're going to select this one and change this to $%S. And as you can see, now it's added the $sign just in front of it. Okay. And again, we are going to change this and customize it. So we go to styling feature, going to select the color. So let's go with a greenish color like we have in the demo website. Okay. There you go. So the field, sorry. And then typography, you're going to make it a little bigger again. So we're going to select maybe Montserrat once more. Montserrat right here. The size, let's go maybe for something bigger like this. And the weight, maybe 700. Yeah, okay. So maybe slightly smaller, maybe just around there. Now you might want to bring this up a little bit. So advanced, margin, top. Let's unlink this. Let's bring this up a little bit. And then for this one, let's reduce the bottom value. Maybe just like that. A bit closer to each other, maybe just about there. Okay, perfect. So then what do we have next? We have automatic, petrol, and 2.1 liter. So this is the type of transmission, the type of fuel, and this is the engine size. So we can add these as well. So again, dynamic content here. So we're just going to add one here very quickly, you know, just to show you. We're not going to do that with all of them. So again, this is metadata instead. Okay, so here we're going to select, what is it now? Automatic. So this is the transmission. Okay, very good. Now we want to display this the exact same way we have it. This is the database data here with, as you can see, all in lower cases. So we need to convert this. Okay, so now we filter the field output. Call back. Here you're going to select. If you scroll down, you will find something that says, let me find here, get labeled by glossary data. And now it will display the actual version that we want to see in the front end with the capital A, as you can see, automatic, all in capital letters, you know. And then you can do the same, obviously, with the type of fuel and the type of the engine size, you know. We're just going to simplify our lives. And then here underneath, we need a view more button, okay? So I'm going to add this as well. So again, dynamic content, click on the plus sign here, dynamic, and this is going to be a dynamic link, okay? So I'll drop it here underneath, just there, perfect, very good. So instead of read more, there's going to be view more. Okay, and now we can customize this. So we go to style, and then we have normal mode and hover mode. So background type, going to select a color. So let's go again with the green. Okay, so I'm going to try to get the exact same green. Roughly, let's say this is the one. Okay, the text color should be white, just like this. And we're going to add a bit of padding all around it. So unlink. So on top, we're going to add 10, 20, 10 and 20, just like this. We're going to center this, obviously, and we want it to take the full width. So like we said, we want it to be centered and full width. So we go back to content here. This one is centered, or full width, it would be this one. So that's really up to you, you know. And then we can add maybe a border radius here. So we go to style, and then we're going to add border radius. Let's try maybe 5 or 10, maybe 5. Just like maybe 4 even, like just like that. Perfect. Okay, so what we might want to do now is to add a bit of a background here. As you can see, there's a clear background here behind it, like a faded blue, and maybe add a bit of gap in between as well. Okay, so now we go back to our main container here, and let's add a color. So style, background, or a background here, sorry, color. Let's select a color. So I'm going to go with the blue. Okay, and then a bright blue, maybe this shade here. And then when it comes to the layout, perhaps we're going to add a bit of gap, you know, 20, 20. Okay, let's go maybe 20 and 10. So let's say 20, and then here 10 for the rows. Okay, and then we need to round this up a little bit. So we go to style, Then we need to add a border radius, and let's try maybe 10. Okay, let's go with 10. Okay, so we can publish now. Perfect. So this is one of them. And now let's insert that on our homepage the exact same way we have it on our demo website here. Okay, so we go back to the homepage, and here look for listing grid. So this is the one. So drag and drop. Okay, and please select listing to show. So right here by the side, as you can see, you can select the type of listing. So this one is called listing grid. Excellent. And there you go, guys. Look at this. That looks absolutely amazing. So great progress so far. So this is how you can create your listings and display them in the front end. Now, as you can see by the side, you have the number of columns. You can change that as well, you know. So maybe you want 4 of them, in which case you might want to select how many you want to see in total. So perhaps 8 instead, okay? Now, if you want to go with 2, then you have, as you can see, 4 rows and then 2 columns. Now you can select 3. And make sure that the number of posts is a multiple of numbers. So as you can see, if you select 3, ideally you need to select 6, because 6, you can divide 6 by 3, obviously, you know, and that looks better. It'll be evenly distributed. So now let's go back to our page. So just underneath this, we have the VIP ads. So that's slightly different, same principle, a different layout, as you can see, obviously, you know. So what we can do, since we have the layout designed already, so this is done for this, we can tweak this around a little bit with a darker background for our VIP ads, okay? So now we go back here. Since we have this done already, what we can do is just create a new one. So we go back here, we go to JetEngine, we go to listing and components, we create a new one. Also, again, this is post, and then we select ads, the listing name. So this is going to be a listing grid, and then maybe dark mode, okay, just like this. And again, this is Elementor, so create new listing. And instead of recreating everything, which simply can copy and paste, okay, so we go back here, so I'm going to copy this, okay, Control C, we go back here and then paste. There you go, so we have this done, okay. And now we can tweak this around very easily. So we can change the background here, okay. So I'll click on this, we're going to change the style and the color. So here, instead of that bluish color, we can use a different one. So I'm going to copy this here, Control V. There you go. And obviously the color for the price should be slightly different. So here it's a bit yellow and white font. So I'm going to change that very quickly. So here we're going to have a white font. So instead of this, we're going to go with white. And instead of yellow, we're going to go with, instead of green, I'm going to go with yellow. So let's go into the yellow shades here. Going to fetch this color here, Control C, and do the same with the button. So change the background color here, very good. And then the text should be darker color than the text color black maybe, okay, so there. Oh yeah, and then automatic here should be maybe in white as well. So color, I'm going to assign a color here. Perfect. So this is done. So we have the listing grid dark mode now, and now we can insert that onto our page. So it's the same principle, okay? So what we can do is create a new section here, create a new section, flex box. They'll be going this direction. This is fine. So the background color here for this one, I'm going to set it to the same color we had. So I'm going to set this here. There you go. Oh, no, it's not the same. So maybe a darker color, maybe in the blue. Very dark color here. This one. Okay. And then I'm going to set it to be full width as well. So right here, full width. Perfect. And then 100%. Very good. So that's not quite taking the full width. So we go to page settings here, default, and this should be Elementor full width. That's where we got it wrong. Perfect. So if you scroll down normally, perfect. So this is full width now. And now we can insert our listing grid again. So, okay, listing grid, drag and drop. Perfect. And now I'm going to configure this to display our listing grid, but the dark mode, obviously. Okay, so listing grid dark mode. Perfect. We have it. Wow, that looks really, really good, doesn't it? Wow, beautiful. So now we only need to display 3 of them side by side, the same way we have here, but we need to enable the slider as well. So scroll down the page, and here you have slider. Okay, enable slider, of course, we want. So enable slider, yes. Slide to scroll 1, arrows, yes. That's up to you. You know, feel free to enable any of those options, autoplay and all that. If it's autoplay, how fast do you want them to play? Maybe every 5 seconds, every 3 seconds, every 4 seconds. It's in milliseconds. So maybe 4,000 milliseconds is 4 seconds. Okay. and then pause on hover, infinite loop, and so on and so on. And then after this, if you want to activate the slider, you have to go back to generate and obviously have more posts than columns. So as you can see, if I put 4, 5, 6, and so on, you'll see more dots, obviously. So 9, that means that you can go from one to the other. And now the slider is active. Now you can customize this here. If you go to style, you go to slider, you have all your different options here. You can change the colors and all that. So this is pretty self-explanatory here, okay? And that's basically how you can create your slider. Now let's go back to our main container. I'd like to add a bit of padding here, maybe 50 all around. Yeah, that's a lot better. And then we can add our title here on top, obviously, you know. So we go back here, going to fetch a heading maybe, stick it right there, okay? And this is basically VIP listings, okay? And then change the color to white. So we're going to center that. The color here, instead of blue, we're going to select white. Perfect. So this is our VIP listings. Now, this is not actually displaying VIP listings as such for now. So what we can do is publish. So how do you do that? Well, it's very simple. If you go back here, we go to JetEngine, to the post types, go to ads. And remember, we set up a meta field here that was called VIP, which is a switcher. Is VIP yes or no? And if you go to all your different listings, right here, all the ads, open any of them. You scroll down the page, you have on, off button here. So if this is on, this is the one that we want to display, okay? So how can you narrow this down to those specific listings? Very simple. You go back here, we go to content. So as you can see here, this is our listing grid content, okay? And right there, as you scroll down, you can find a custom query. So you're going to enable this, okay? And the custom query, now you can select the exact one. So if you search for VIP, you will not find anything. So we have to create the query first before we can display specific items here in this section. So again, we go back to our WordPress dashboard. We go to JetEngine, and this time we go to Query Builder. And we're going to create a new query, okay? So add new. So let's give it a name. So maybe query by VIP post. You can add a description if you wanted to. Query type, this is post query. As you can see, there's different ones here, but this is a post query because our ads are posts basically, okay? And then we scroll down the page. So in general, we need to select the post type. So again, this is going to be our ads, okay? And then we need to set a meta query. So this is the query that we're going to put in place, okay? So add new. So the field key or name. So what are we going to query? So as you can see, you have current ID, categories, current date, and so on and so on. So what we need to look for here is, if you scroll down, you'll find JetEngine, and this is a meta field, okay? So which field exactly is VIP? And return, as you can see, field value or something else. So we're going to leave it empty because we just need to fetch the field because it's a switcher. It's on or off, okay? So apply. And here in compare, we're going to set it to equal. And equal to what? Well, it's only two values, true or false, okay? So in our case, it's going to be true. And the type is character, okay? So if you add the query now, okay, very good. So we go back here in the query builder. As you can see, we have one, okay? Query by VIP post. So now this is in place. So if you go back to your page, so make sure you save this page because we have to refresh for this to take place, obviously, you know. So there you go. Now we can scroll back down here, click on this, and we can set our query, okay? So we go back here, we go to query, and now we can select VIP, okay? Query by VIP, perfect. And as you can see, now we have a different type of listings altogether, here. As you can see, these are Porsche, Nissan. So these would be VIP listings, obviously, you know. So this is how you can implement a query within your own page. Okay, so the next one is a big one, is our hero section. So here, as you can see, you can narrow down your searches by cars. If you select car, you can select maybe a specific make, and then a model, and then the location. So how do we achieve that? Well, it's quite intricate, to be honest, you know. I'm going to show you all the steps one by one. This is going to take a bit of time, you know. And then we have those sliders here as well, you know, price, year, and engine capacity, and then the search feature. Now, if you search for this, as you can see, it's going to bring us to the listing page. It's going to show us all the listings that actually match those criteria, okay? So this is a step-by-step process. So let's cover that in detail now. Regarding for this, let's go back to our WordPress dashboard, and we need to add another Crocoblock plugin. So you go to Crocoblock, update and installation, and this one is called Smart Filter. So this one, so click install, and then scroll back up and activate plugin. Excellent. As you can see now by the side, you have Smart Filters. Okay, so click on this. So let's create a new one together. So add new. So we need to give it a name. So maybe model hierarchy. Okay. So why is it a hierarchy? Well, you have to select one first before it goes to the next one, before you can select the next one, and so on. So this is basically sequential, okay? So let's go back here, and now we're going to select this as a select box, because this is what we have, drop down menu here, okay? So select, scroll down the page, and then this option here is super important, is hierarchical, yes. And now you can add the hierarchy, okay? So add new. So the first one, going to look for the type of transport, okay? So type of transport, and this should be part of our taxonomy already. So type of transport, okay? So the next one, we have the make, okay? So this is going to be make. And again, scroll down and select makes right here, okay? And then next one, we have the model, I believe, yes, model. So Control-C, Control-V, and then models. And finally, the last one is going to be the location, wasn't it? Yes, location. And then we select the location. So this is the state. Okay, and then order by name, or the item order ascending. So we can keep this like this. So filter label. So we're going to change this to model, and we'll do the same here. Okay, so we can update this. Perfect. So let's go back to our smart filter, all filters. So we have the model hierarchy in place, which is exactly what we have here in the front end. As you can see, this is model. Okay, so this is the first few fields here, those four in a row. So this is our model hierarchy. And now we need the price, we need the year, and we need the engine capacity. And these are three individual filters on their own. Okay, so we'll create a new one. So let's take care of the first one here. So let's say the price. Okay, so let's give it a name, price. So this is range, and then get minimum and maximum value dynamically. Yes, and we're going to get this from a post meta by query. This is the one. So step, let's say by 100 increment, you know, or maybe by 1,000, whichever you want, obviously, you know. The prefix value should be dollars. Value with all of that we don't need. So here we need to select the price. So where do you fetch this variable? It's very simple. If you go back here, go to post type that we created in the ads, and then the meta field, as you can see, it's price, or just price, just like this. Okay, so what you can do is basically copy this, Control-C, and then paste it here, Control-V. Okay, and then let's give it a name in the front end. So it's going to be price and price. Okay, so update. And then obviously you can do the same with the other two. So the other two are the year and the engine capacity. So I'm going to do that quickly now. Excellent. So now we have model hierarchy, price, year, and engine type. And now we can reproduce that on our website. Okay, so we go back to the home page. We go on top here. So we're going to create a new section here. So plus, and then let's say Flexbox, and maybe this one here. It doesn't matter really, you know. Very good. So now we can insert the content. So what's this one now? Well, that's a new one. We have a news. Yes. So I'll click on the plus sign here, and this is a filter. So we have quite a few here. So what type is it? Well, it's the select filters. It's for a drop down menu like this one. Okay. So this is called select. So drag and drop. And now we need to select the filter. So this is the one that we selected. So we go back to smart filter. So the one on top is called model hierarchy. Okay. So I'm going to select this one. So model hierarchy. Okay, very good. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we can customize this, obviously. Okay, so now we're going to filter this for what exactly? Well, for us, it's going to be JetEngine, obviously, you know. Apply types, you have Ajax, page reload, or mixed. It's going to be Ajax. And then apply on, value change, or click or apply button. So this is the one we need to select, because this is what we have. Once you click search, it's going to return the result. Okay. So show apply button, yes or no. So I'm going to leave it as is for now, and show filter label, yes. Maybe you can show that on top. As you can see, you have model, make, model, and location. So this is showing up fine. And now we want to display them in a line. Okay, so we go to style, we go to grouped filter, As you can see, position here, line or column. So there's going to be line, just like this. Perfect. And maybe you can change the width as well. So let's try maybe a bit broader. Let's try maybe 190. And then we can add a bit of spacing in between them as well. So where would this be now? I think it should be in group filter again. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So we have the horizontal, space between. So we can increase that a little bit to maybe this. And then the full width for all of them. So let's say we want them to take all the full width of the section. Okay. So as you can see, you can play with this, see how it works. So here we're going to put this in percent. So let's say 100%. Okay. And then the group filter here, we can increase that obviously accordingly as well. So this is not working just yet. So we can increase that manually ourselves. There you go. So this is taking the full width now. We have 100% of the section. And then we can increase the items a little bit just like that. So this is perfect now. And now we can add the others underneath. So we have price, the year of issue, engine capacity, and then search. So these are 4 equally divided sections as well. So let's do that. So we go and add a filter again. So this is a range filter. Okay, so we're going to add this at the bottom. So just here. It should display normally underneath, just like that. So we can't see it here. If we click on this and see the structure, it should show us exactly where it is. As you can see, you have the container, the select filter, which is this one, and this one is next to it. So it's not showing properly now because we haven't entered any details here. So the one we're going to add now is the price, I believe. Yes, so this is the price, yes. So again, this filter is called price. Let's keep it simple. Very good. Now, as you can see, this is showing up. And now we need to set a minimum value, a minimum width, so it will display underneath this, okay? So here the filter again is for JetEngine, Ajax, and click on Apply button and show filter label yes. Very good. And now the style, minimum width, we need to set this to a quarter of the width, so maybe 25%. And that should be in advance, sorry, it's here. So we have the width, so we're going to select custom and set it to 25 and make sure we select percent here. So it's still not displaying fine. It's because this one here is not set to full 100%. As you can see, 94.72. So we're going to set this one to 100%. And now it's still not displaying because I think it's the main container here. See what we have here, wrap. There you go. Now it's displaying underneath. Perfect. So now if we duplicate this, so duplicate and duplicate again. There you go. So we have 3 of those filters and now we can customize them obviously, So we have the price here. So the next one is the year. Okay. So smart filter is year and then engine type. And here we just type year. Okay. So remove this year. Perfect. So this is the one. And then this one here is going to be the engine type. So we can remove this and type engine here. Engine type. Perfect. So we have about 3 sliders here, range, type of filter. And now we need to add the button to activate the search, this one here, and return results. Okay. So this is a button, an apply button. So apply, you see apply button. Now drag and drop and stick it here at the end. Very good. So this is our button. So select the type of filter again, JetEngine, Ajax, apply filter. We're going to type here search instead. And then active button state always. Yeah, that's fine. And then apply redirect. And we're going to say yes. And going to redirect that to a specific page. So let's say maybe cars and then /. So this is basically when you run a search here on any of those cars. If I click search, it will return the results here. And as you can see in the web address, yourdomainname.com /cars. And this is where you have the results, obviously, So now we'll have to create that page as well in a moment. But for now, let's focus on our hero section here. So what we're going to do is add a bit of breathing space all around it. So I'm going to add a bit of padding on top, on top maybe 100 and maybe 100 at the bottom as well. And then we could add maybe a background image like we have here, So let's do that. So from here, we go to style, we go to background, and we're going to select an image. So right here, slideshow, maybe, click the plus sign. So I have one already. So create new gallery. That's all we need. Insert gallery. And then to add a bit of contrast here, we can maybe add a background overlay. So let's select the color. So maybe in the whitish color like this. So we can read what's in front, or maybe in the blue. Let's try blue, maybe something like this. Perfect. Okay. So clearly you have to customize a bit more here, but we're just going to leave it at this for now. It's not a design contest here, it's just to show you how it works, okay? Obviously, if you put a bit more effort, you can customize the text and everything here, so it will end up looking exactly like this, okay? So this is the main gist of it. This is how it works. And now, obviously, once you click search, you want the result to be returned in a page like we had here, obviously, you know? So if I select all cars and then search, as you can see, it's going to return all the cars that are available on our marketplace here. So this is what we need now. So we need, obviously, to create all the listings here. We need to add the filters and create the page all together. So how do you do so? Well, again, we go back to the WordPress dashboard. So first step is to design our listing grid items like we have here. Okay, so this is the first step. So again, we go to JetEngine, listings, and then add new item. So post, here we're going to select ads, and then let's give it a name. Okay, so search results or something like this. Okay, and then create listing item. And now we can start designing the content. Okay, so we're going to add our container here. Inside the container, this is going to be dynamic content. So again, dynamic. And the first is going to be dynamic image. So insert the image. So this is our listing. So obviously the container here should be maximum 370 pixels, like we did before. Okay. And then we can insert all the details underneath. So we have the title and all of that. So we've covered that already. So I'm going to do that very quickly here. Okay, so this is what I came up with. So I kept it simple, you know, it's not a design contest for now. It's just to show you the ropes, see how it works. So we have the image here. So if you click on this, as you can see, dynamic image. Here, this is the title. So this is a dynamic link. This one is a dynamic field. And all of these here are also dynamic fields. And we fetch this as a metadata and then select the field that you want to display. So of the year, this one is the mileage, as you can see, okay? And all of them are added a small icon next to it. And that's basically it, okay? So now we have the VIP one here that should show up when it's VIP or not. So I'm going to do that as well. So we go back here now. So this is going to be another dynamic field again, okay? So dynamic field, drag and drop. So I'll drop it anywhere on this section here, perfect. We have this. So this one is metadata as well. And we're going to select here is VIP. So this is the one, okay? And now we're going to configure this so that it displays with a yellow and an icon as well. Okay, so first going to scroll down here. We go to filter field output, yes. Callback. So in this case, we're going to select switcher field, okay? Because this is a switcher field. So there it is, okay? Switcher field value. And then the value should be VIP, okay, just like this. So we're going to select our icon. So let's add maybe a crown or something like this. Okay, let's see if we have now a crown here. Perfect. So insert. So this is our crown. And now we can customize this a little bit. So we're going to change the color and background. So background type is going to be a color. Select. So we said it's going to be in the yellow shades. Just like this, okay? And then we're going to add a little bit of breathing space all around it. So the padding here, we're going to try maybe 8, 28. Oh, sorry. So let me unlink. So 20 and 20. Okay, very good. Maybe a bit of border radius as well. Just like that. Maybe 5 or 4. Okay. And now we want to display this on top. So we go to advanced. And this is going to be the position absolute. There you go. So now publish. Okay, so next step is to design the search result landing page. So basically something that looks like this. Okay, so as you can see, you have the search feature, all the filters here by the side, and the search result here in the middle. So we'll have to create that as well, obviously, you know. So we go back to the WordPress dashboard. And then from here, we're going to have to install an additional plugin. So we go to Crocoblock, update and installation. And you're going to look for the one that's called JetThemeCore. So this is the one here, okay? So install and then activate the plugin right here on top. So JetThemeCore, so activate plugin. Perfect. So as you can see now here underneath, we have the theme builder and theme templates. So this is what we need basically, okay? So theme templates. And this is where we can create archive files, you know, so we can display the results in that page. So we can create pages, header, footer, different section, archive pages, and single landing page. And this is how we can actually build the rest of our website now. So the footer section and hero section, we can design them separately because obviously at the moment we have nothing here on top, but we can do that easily using the same feature here. So let's create our new landing page, our search result page. So this is an archive, technically speaking. Okay, so add new. So template style, this is going to be a page, archive, sorry. Template content type, this is going to be Elementor. And we are going to give it a name. So maybe search results, or maybe add search results, okay? And then create template. Okay, so let's create our result page. So let's click on the plus sign, flex box. So we're going to select maybe 2 columns like this one, okay? So on one side, we'll have the filters and here the search results. So maybe you can reduce it a little bit, maybe at 15%. Well, let's go maybe 20, okay? So 20% on this side and everything else is the remaining width. So I'm going to go to 100 for this. Okay, so just to be sure here, as you can see, we have 80% and this one with 20%, which makes up 100% in total. And now we can insert our different filters. So right here we have the model, so type of transport, make, model, and location. So we created that already, so we can insert it. So I'll click on the plus sign here, and we're going to look for filter. So this is a select filter, drag and drop, okay? And now we're going to enter which one we want. So this one was called model hierarchy, remember? Very good. Select the type, so this is JetEngine, Ajax, and then apply on value change. Show filter labels, yes, we need them obviously here. And I think that's basically it for this one. Okay, so let's add the others now. So we had the price, the year, and the mileage, if I'm not wrong. So again, filter here. And this one was range. Okay, so I'll stick this here underneath. Perfect. So we had the price as a range. This is the one, perfect. Again, this is JetEngine, Ajax, value on change, and then show label again, so we know this is the price. Okay, now we can duplicate this one, duplicate and duplicate again, and then we just change the content here. So instead of price, we had the year, there you go. So this is the one, and we do the same with this one, and I think it was engine capacity or something, wasn't it? Engine, I think it was. Let's see now, engine, yeah, engine type, very good. Perfect. So we have this, so we can save this for the time being. So we have our filters here by the side. And now we need to insert our listing grid. Okay, so click on this. So listing grid. Okay, drag and drop. And now we're going to configure the content. Okay, so the listing we want is the one that we had for the search results. So search results. Very good. So we have that here. As you can see, this is the exact layout, just like we just designed it with all the VIP icons and all that. So now very important is to enable this use as archive template. So yes, because this is a search result page. Okay, so super important. And then for now we can publish and save. And now let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. And we're going to go to the front end, okay? So I'm going to go to pages and open the home page here, view in the front end. So let's run a search here just to try it, you know, see what happens. And then search. And as you can see, our template is not displaying. So this is step number 2. Now we have to go back here. So we go back to our Crocoblock and then we go to theme templates. This is our template, and now we need to set a display condition. So edit condition, add condition, include on the entire site just for archives. Which type of archive? This one is a CPT archive legacy, and this is for our ads only. Okay, save condition, very good. So if you go back to the front end now and refresh, and then continue, as you can see, now it's displaying our actual listing page. So if we go and select another make, maybe BMW, as you can see, these are all the BMWs available on the website. Now let's try Citroen here. So these are the 2 available. And now if I remove this all together, it's going to show us all the cars available. And now if you go to machinery, just the machineries, and Moto Technique. I don't know what Moto Technique is. Motorbikes, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. So there you go. This is basically how you can create your archive page and result page as well. So now I've noticed that they're all displaying the VIP icon here, which is not right. So we must have made a mistake here. So let's go back to JetEngine here, listing and components, search results, or edit with Elementor. Very good. So let's click on this and let's see what we've forgotten now. We have this and advanced. And let's see now if we have, oh, I see. we're missing one element here, which is dynamic visibility. So we need to enable this first. So we go back here, we go to JetEngine, JetEngine itself, as you can see, modules, and here we have dynamic visibility. So we need to enable this, save. Let's go back here, make sure this is saved and published, and then refresh. Okay, so let's have a quick look here, advanced. And now we have dynamic visibility. So we need to enable this, obviously, you know, we're only going to show the element if conditions are met. So what is the condition? So here we're going to select is equal to, and the field should be is VIP, okay? And then save. Let's go back here and refresh. And there you go, as you can see, these are not VIP listings. Maybe if we go into cars and look for Porsche, I think it was in the VIP. No, not this one. Perhaps Nissan. No, so we're missing a step again. Oh yeah, silly me. And value is true, obviously. Publish. Okay, it should be fine now. So if you refresh, let's have a look. So we go back to cars. There you go. This is working. As you can see, this is VIP. This is VIP. This isn't. This isn't. This isn't. So this is working now. Okay, guys. So this is dynamic visibility implemented as well. Very good. So let's turn this into a marketplace now. So at the moment, we are the only ones uploading listings on this website. But what we want, obviously, is the same as this. So we have the menu section here, logo, menu, and then place an ad. And once they click on this, they'll be able to upload the listing themselves, you know. So this is what we want. So for this, there's a few steps to take care of now, okay? So first, we need to add a menu section with this button here. And then we need to create my account page here. And then also my ads. So all the ads that we created will display here as a user on your website, okay? So let's go ahead with this. So let's go back here. So again, as you can see, there is no menu section. So we can do that very easily again. We go back to the WordPress dashboard. We go to Crocoblock and then theme templates. I'm going to add a new one. So this is going to be a header, obviously, okay? We're going to select Elementor and we're going to say main header or something like this, okay? So create template. So let's create our section here. So flexbox, so it should be normally 3. So we could have the menu here, the logo here, the button here, and the menu in the middle. So I'm just going to add an image here. So plus select image, drag and drop. And we're going to select the one we're going to display. So this is our logo here, okay? So let's keep it simple. Here in the middle, you have the menu section. And right here, our button. So let's add the button. Very good. So any button, really, this one here. Okay, so far it's going to replace the text here. Instead of click here, it's going to be place an ad. And now we need to link this to the profile page. Okay, so if you go back here, as you can see, when you click on place an ad, it will open my account. Now, if you don't have an account, you have to register first in all of this. So this is linked to the internal core system in WordPress. So we don't have to create all of that, but we have to link it and add our own custom fields as well to the user account to create this. Okay, so first they will have to log in, create an account, only have access to my account. So for this, we need to enable one more feature before we can go ahead. Okay, so what we're going to do is to publish this for now, for a second. Now we go back here. So if you go to JetEngine, again, in the main section here in the modules, as you can see, you have the profile builder. Make sure you enable this and then save. Okay, and now we can go back here and then refresh. Excellent. Click on this button again. And now we're going to link this to the profile page URL. So this is a dynamic tag. And as you can see, you have profile page URL. Make sure you select this one. Okay. And the profile page itself here, you need to set the profile page as well. As you can see, there is nothing at the minute. So we have to create this as well. So again, this is a multi-step process. So we go back to our dashboard here. And now that we have the profile builder in place, we have an additional tab here, profile builder. Okay. So this is basically how to create a specific customized profile page for our users. So and then we're going to end up with something like this. My ads, add new ad, settings. So let's create this together. So first we need to select my account page that we want to assign. As you can see at the moment, we only have the home page. So step number 1 is to create a new page. So open in a new tab, add page, and we can create account page. Okay, so publish. And now we can edit this with Elementor. So as always, I would highly recommend you have multiple tabs opened at once, you know. So here we're going to create our section. So I'm going to divide that in two. So we have maybe our items here like we have, you know. So this is my ads and all of that. And then we can have the rest here, the content of our post and all that, the ads we're going to upload, okay? So we might want to reduce this a little bit. So I'm going to change this to 25%. And change this one to 75. Okay, so that's better like this. So let's add our items here. So this is a profile menu. Okay, so this is the one here. Drag and drop. And then you can select which one you want to display. So context, it's account. Yes. Enable this. And then horizontal, in our case, it'll be vertical. Okay. Excellent. And as you can see, there's nothing displaying here at the moment. So normally we should have my ad, add new ad, and setting. But we have nothing. So what you can do is publish this now. So don't worry, it will all make sense in a moment. So we go back to our profile builder, okay? And then here we refresh. Now you can select our page, account page, okay? So save this for now. And now we can go to the account page itself. And then here underneath, as you can see, we have main. And this is where you can add our sub pages. This is where we're going to create my ads, add new ad, and settings, okay? So let's go back here for a second. Let me refresh. Very good. As you can see main now because we have main here as part of our profile builder. Okay, so we can see there's one section. Now we're going to add the other two, which is my ad, add new ad, and create the settings as well. So first we can delete this all together. Don't need it. Confirm. Yes. So I'm going to add a sub page. So like we said, the first one here is my ads. Okay, so let's do that. So let's call it my ads. And it's going to create a slug automatically. And then we're not going to add a template now. We're going to create one in a minute. I'm going to show you how this works. Okay, so you're just going to build the structure for now. So let's add another one. So the next one is add new ad. Okay, so upload ad or whatever you want to call it. And again, we should create a template, but we're going to leave it as is for now. Okay, so add next. So the next one is edit my ads maybe. Okay, so when you want to make changes to it. And then perhaps you could have as well, let's say, our settings, okay? Because we're going to need to have access to our settings as well. And again, we will create all the different templates for each one of them. So let's focus on one step at a time. So at the minute, this is our menu. So if you go back here and then refresh, normally, there you go. As you can see, we have those elements here by the side. So this is the exact same menu section as the demo website we have here. Okay, very good. So we still have the menu section here to take care of. Remember, we had to change those settings here. Nothing was there for the profile page. So now we can refresh. Click on this button again, go back here, and now we can continue this. As you can see, add new ad. This is the profile we're going to use, okay? So let's keep it like this. Now we can publish. Very good. So let's change the background color here. Let's add a darker color. So maybe a dark blue, maybe to go along with the layout that we have. And then we can create a menu as well to go here. Okay, so we quickly go back to the WordPress dashboard. And then from here, we go to appearance, we go to menu and create a main menu. So let's call this one main menu. Okay, and then main, create. And we're just going to add a few links here. So I'm just going to create some random custom links. Okay, so home, and then let's create another 2 or 3. So there you go, perhaps something like this. Okay, so save menu, and now we can close this. And then if we go back to our header, we can now insert it here. Okay. So this is a menu that we need. So what do we have? A navigation menu, WordPress menu. It doesn't matter, any of them, you know. Drag and drop. Very good. As you can see, home, cars, machinery, and contact. We can change the font color maybe to white. And there you go. So we have our menu section done. So publish. Okay. And now we need to assign this to all the pages. So we go back here now, exit to WordPress. Very good. And then from here, we need to set the display condition. Okay. So edit condition, add condition, include in the entire website. And this is what we want. Okay. So save condition. Basically, that's all. And now let's refresh this. Very good. As you can see, now we have our menu section here on top. And if I click on place an ad, we have the account displaying already perfectly right here. Okay, so as you can see, I have my ad, You have add new ad, and obviously there is no template in place to fetch and display here in the middle. So this is the next step, okay? And for this, we will insert it right here. But before that, there's a few steps we need to follow first. So we go back to our profile builder. So user profile builder. Here, make sure you have single user page enabled. And as you can see, it's going to add a user page here. So if you go there, now you can add your own sellers page template. So at the moment it says main here. So what we can do is basically delete this, confirm. We're going to add a new sub page and we're going to call it maybe seller page. Okay, just like this. And then we're going to add the template. So first we have to design the template. Okay, so save first. Very good. And now we need to create a page. Okay, so we go to the dashboard here. We go to pages. Add page. So let's give it a title. So single seller, publish. And we are going to edit with Elementor. Very good. And we're just going to leave it as is. Very good. And now we go back to our profile builder. We go to pages. I'm going to select the page. So here, as you can see, it's not displaying. So we have to refresh. Okay. And now we can select the single seller page. Okay. Now save this. Very good. So now we go back here. Refresh once more, and then right here, template mode, make sure that you select content. Super important, this feature here. Okay, so save. Very good. Now we can go back to our single seller page. Okay, now we can refresh again. And now we're going to add a new widget that will appear, which is called the profile subpage content. Drag and drop it here. And that's all we need. Okay, so publish. And we are going to do the same with the edit my account page right here. So now we can refresh as well. I'm going to insert the exact same widget. So profile and then profile subpage content. You're going to insert it here. Okay, just like that. Now you can publish. So what exactly is the profile content widget here that we have? Well, depending on what you're going to click, is going to fetch the exact template that's here and display it dynamically. And the same here with your single seller page. So super important, obviously. Now for this to work, every time they're going to click on any of those links, it's going to fetch the exact template and display it dynamically through our profile subpage content. Now we need to set that up as well, obviously. So if you go back to your profile page builder here, and remember we had the account page. So where is this now? Here. So you have my ads, add new ad, edit ad and settings. If you click on this, as you can see, you can add the template for each and every one of them, obviously, you know. So this is what we need to do. This is the next step. We need to create 4 different templates for each section here. Okay, so let's go back to the demo content here. So when you click on place an ad, you access your account. As you can see, my ads, add new ad and setting. And if you scroll down, what do we have? Well, all different fields we need to fill out. So this is basically a form, okay? So what we need to do before we can design that page and create the template is to create all the different forms for all our different pages. So again, we go back to the WordPress dashboard. So normally we would go to Crocoblock and then update and installation. And normally you would find the plugin here. But for some reason, this is not included here. You will not find a JetFormBuilder right here. So what you need to do is go back to your Crocoblock account, log in, scroll down the page, and then you will find here JetFormBuilder. So there's 2 of them, JetFormBuilder Core Builder, and then the add-on, which is the Pro version. You don't need the Pro version, just this one here. So download this, and then we go and install it afterwards. So here we go to plugins, add new plugin, upload plugin, choose file. So this is the one here, open and install. Very good. And then activate. And now we go to JetFormBuilder forms. And I'm going to create our new forms. Okay, so we need 4 of them basically. Okay, so if you go back here, we need 1 for each of those. So one is going to be add user, edit post, edit users, and new post for the new ads. Okay, so let's go back here. So add a new form. And right here is going to be start from scratch. Complete scratch. Okay, so there you go. Excellent. And now we can start building our form. So as you can see, you have the post ID, render in HTML and all that. We don't actually need this. You can delete. And as you can see, you have text field here. You can delete this as well. And we're just going to keep the submit button for now. Okay. So what we need to do now is to add all our different fields. So if you go back to your post type here, when we created this initially for all the ads, These are all the fields that are required that we can map, obviously, So we have the price, the mileage, the year, the body type, and so on and so on. So let's add this together, okay? So right here, you click on the plus sign, and you'll have all the different fields, okay? So what type of field would it be? Well, here, the first one is the price. So this should be normally like a text field or something like this, So select this, insert it here. And then you have the field name. So this is the first thing we need to do, okay? So you have the field name, but bear in mind that we'll have to map this with the actual meta fields here as well. So the meta field, as you can see, have price, mileage, year, body type. So right here, normally to differentiate this from any other type of fields, normally you would use an underscore initially first, okay? So for instance, it could be, let's say this is the price, okay? So underscore price, okay? So now we know that this field is fetched from the form itself. This is not the meta field. So the label here is going to be price, okay? And we're not going to add any description. We're just going to leave it as is. And then the field type is text. So this is the first one here, okay? And then after this, we need the mileage. So again, we're going to select a field. So mileage should be normally a number. So we can fetch this one here and add it. And same principle, okay? So if you go back on top, we need to give it a name. So we set mileage, just like this, okay? And the field name is mileage. And maybe in, mileage. And then here, maybe in kilometers, okay? Just like this. So now we have two fields. And then we're going to have the year. So the year, I suppose, a number field again, So here we're going to just put here the year. And then here the same year. And that's it, And then you would do so with as many fields as you have. So for instance, next we have the body type. So as far as I can remember, this is using a glossary. So we need to display the content, obviously, So if you go back here and go to glossaries, body type, as you can see, have all these different types of vehicle you can select. So we'd want to select to display this, obviously, as a drop-down menu. So if you go back here now, this is going to be a select field, okay? So where's my select field here? This is the one. So let's add this, okay? So let's call this one body type. Here again, body type, okay? And now we're going to manage the items. So here we can choose among a few different options. And here, obviously, we're going to select glossary and then select the one, okay? So this is body type. So let's save this for now. Let's have a quick preview. So as you can see, price, mileage, year, and here you can select the type of body type, okay? As you can see, not set or sedan. Very good. So this is working. And then the next three are the exact same. This is a glossary as well. So I'm going to add them quickly. So engine type, transmission, and drivetrain. This is what we have here. So I'm going to do that quickly again. So something like this. Okay, so I have the body type, engine type, transmission, drivetrain. And now we're going to add our additional features, advanced options here. So we have quite a few of them in the advanced options. Let's see how many of them. So as you can see, power steering and so on. So obviously you might want to make this selectable, like a multi-select or something like this, like checkbox or something similar. So we can add this and same principle, So I'm going to change this here, advanced features. Let's call this advanced features with underline in front. And again, this is a glossary. I'm going to select which one, advanced options, sorry, not features. Okay, let's change this quickly here. Very good. And that's all, okay? So as you can see, now this is a checkbox type of field. So let's have a quick preview. Very good. So here we have the price, the mileage, the year. Here we can select hatchback, maybe diesel, manual, front wheel drive. And then we can select if we have any of those, maybe with power steering, leather interior, and maybe cruise control. And that's basically it, okay? So clearly our submit button should be at the bottom. So now we can move it around. So just grab it and then bring it down using those arrows here. And then we're going to need the featured image as well. So if you go to any of those listings, as you can see, this is what we are using at the moment. So So depending how you're going to build it, maybe you have a gallery or something like this. But for us, we just have one picture. So let's insert this as well. So this is normally called an image, image. Let me find it. Actually, it's called media field. So drag and drop. Okay, and then here we can customize this. So this is going to be our featured image. Very good. And here again, featured image. And let's bring this up just before the submit button. And now we can save. Okay, very good. So now there's one more step to do. So once someone goes on your website and fills out all these details here, this has to be sent somewhere. So we need to map this now. Okay, so as you can see, we have the post submit action. You see we have save form record. You can delete this. Okay, and I'm going to replace this. So add new action. So what we want basically is to insert and update our post. Okay, so this is the one here. Click on that. And now the post type that we want to update. So this is going to be our ads. The post status, once it's done, it could be published. That's really up to you. You can have it at pending or private or draft, or let's say published. And now we're going to map our fields. Okay, so as you can see, I have all these different fields here. So what the field mapping is basically to match this field here that we have in the form with what we have in the backend in our database. Okay, so we have the price here. So what is the price? Well, it is going to be a post meta, and we're going to give it a name here. And for this, we go back to JetEngine. So this is basically our post type, the ads, and we created all these meta fields. So the first one is price. And we need to fetch this name ID. Okay, so this is the price. And then we have the mileage. Again, this is post meta. We go back here, close this. And then this one is called mileage. Control C, Control V. And then you do the same with all the others. So we have the year. Year is year. Control C, Control V. And so on, obviously, Excellent. So I've mapped them. Okay, all of them one by one. And the only difference here is the featured image. This is not going to be post meta because we didn't create this. This is the featured image. So this is straight to the post, and we have the post thumbnail, which is the one. Okay. Once you've this done, click update and then save. Very good. And since our post is going live immediately, what we can do is have a redirect immediately after this. Okay. So once they have it uploaded, maybe you can redirect them directly to that page. Okay. So set a redirect to the inserted updated post, and that's basically it. Okay, so update and then save. So now that we have the form in place, we can insert it. Okay, so for this we go back to our profile builder, and remember we have add new ad. So this is the one here, and we had to create a template. So before we can insert this again, we have to create a template, obviously. So let's open a new tab here. So we go to templates. And we're going to create a new template. Okay, so add new template. So this is a page, and give it a name. Okay, so add new listing, perhaps. Create template. And right here, we're going to insert our contact form, okay. So this is what we'll do. So here you look for form, and this is jet form, drag and drop, simple as. And now we're going to select the form. Okay, so all we need is the form ID or the name. Okay, so let's select this dynamically. As you can see, form ID. So where can you fetch the ID? Well, if you go back here, you go to JetFormBuilder. As you can see, I have a number 1877. So this is what we need, 1877. Okay, so let's type 1877 here, and it's going to load up immediately. So there you go. This is our form inserted on our page. And then you have the field layout, as you can see, default, a column or row. So that's up to you, really. As you can see, that doesn't look too bad, actually. I kind of like it. Okay, let's keep it like this. And I think we can keep it like this for now. Okay, so publish. So this is our template designed. So we go back to our profile builder. And remember, you have create template or select template. So this is add new listing. This is the one. Okay, now we save this. Very good. So let's go back to our account. So this is the page. Okay, so if you go to the front end and refresh now, and you click on add new ad, there you go. As you can see, it's going to bring the content of that form. And this is how you can create content directly from your account as a user. Okay, so let's put this to the test. Okay, so I'm going to try something here. So the price, let's say 25,000. mileage 150,000 perhaps, the year 2018. And let's say it's a SUV, it's a diesel car, automatic all-wheel drive, and let's say it has power steering and electric windows. And let's upload an image. So I found one online here, so open, very good, and then submit. And this is bringing us directly to the car listing itself, the ad once it's published. Obviously, we haven't designed that page yet, so we're going to take care of this in a few minutes. But first, let's continue our setup. So as you can see, we have my add new ad. So we have this, no problem. And we also need the settings here, which is the profile, you know, for your users to change their name and all of that. So let's customize this next. And then for the profile section, that's the exact same principle. We need to go back to JetFormBuilder and create a form. So I'm going to do that quickly. So there you go. This is done. As you can see, you have the user ID, add photo. So this is the profile picture. And all the personal data, as you can see, first name, last name, about me, VAT number, and so on and so on. So this is a section to allow them to update their profile, obviously, you know. And then right here, if you go to the update user, same thing, you know, you can map those fields, metadata, profile picture, and so on and so on, okay? And once this is done, all you have to do is save, and then we can use that in our template. So let's create the template together. So we go back here, template. Okay, and then add new template. So this is going to be a page, and this is going to be edit profile perhaps. Okay, so create template. And again, we're going to insert the content here. So this is a form, so jet form, drag and drop on our page. And now we can customize this. So choose form. So we're going to go by ID. Okay, as you can see here, this is the ID. We're going to fetch the ID. So again, we go back here, we go to JetFormBuilder, edit user 1893. So 1893, and it should display absolutely fine. And I think we're going to select the same as before, maybe as a row. I think that looks okay. That's fine. Okay, so we can publish. Very good. So let's go back here. So when they click on it, it will display here in the profile content. Okay. So again, we go back here, JetEngine, profile builder, account page, and this is the settings here. And then we're going to insert the template. So this is called profile, edit profile. And you know what? I'm just going to rename this because that doesn't make any sense, does it? Edit profile maybe, or just like this. Okay. Perfect. So save. And now if we go back here and then place an ad, and let's go to edit profile. Perfect. As you can see, now we can add our picture and so on and so on. And this will allow your visitors to enter all their details and update their profile. Okay, excellent. So I've done that. As you can see, now the form has been successfully submitted. And now my profile has been updated. And if you refresh, as you can see, you will retrieve all the information. So the profile is complete. Add new listing is done as well. So now we need my ads and edit ad as well. And then for this, we're going to go back to the WordPress dashboard. From here, we go to JetEngine, listing and component, add new item. So again, post and then my ads, and then give it a name. So inline listing for my account page, Elementor again, and then create item. Very good. So now we can insert our content here. So let me do that quickly. So this is what it looks like. So we have the image here and all our dynamic fields here. So as you can see, this one here, transmission, is a dynamic field. And if you look at the content, it's metadata and transmission. And then you can select any of those like we've covered already. So there's a few different ones here. As you can see, I added an edit button. So you go to your profile page. Okay, so this is the option. And then what do we do? Edit the ad, obviously. You know, so this is the profile page inside content. And then we also have the remove button here. So if you click on this, as you can see, this one is delete current post link, and the action, and the action is move to trash, obviously, you know, and this way we'll delete the content of this post that you have created. Okay. So this is basically what it looks like for now. So let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. So from here, we go to templates and create a new one. So add new templates. So again, this is going to be a page, and let's give it a name. So maybe let's say my listings. And then from here, we're going to insert again our listing grid. So drag and drop. Okay, now we can configure this. So let's select the listing that we want to display. So inline listing for my landing page here. Very good. So as you can see, this is displaying. So this is displaying as a grid. Obviously, you want to display this as an inline listing, you know, so we can make some changes. So here, instead of the column number 3, let's select just one column. And as you can see, now they're all displaying on top of each other, okay? And then, okay, that looks good, very good. So now maybe we can change the message here for not found message. Maybe we can change this to there are no published listing yet, just in case there's no ad created yet, okay? So this is better like this. And then let's scroll down the page, just in case if there's a lot of listings, we can add pagination maybe as well, you know, so drag and drop here at the bottom of our page. And as you can see, this is going to break it down in different pages, okay? So we can go from page 1 to 2 to 3. So here again, we're going to select the pagination for JetEngine, Ajax, and that's basically it, yeah. And then let's give a query ID, so maybe pagination post, and that's basically it, okay? So now if you go to controls, you can change these settings here. So maybe let's set it to 2. And as you can see, it looks a little slightly different, you know, so that's not too bad the way it is. I like it, yeah. So that's basically it. Now we can publish. Very good. And then after this, we go back here and then my ads. Okay, so now we need to link this obviously. So we go back here, JetEngine, we go to Profile Builder, and I'm going to link the template obviously, you know. So we go back to my ads and then select the template that we just created. So this one was called listings, my listings. Okay, so let's insert this and then save. Very good. So let's go back here and refresh and see what happens now if I click on my ads. And there you go. As you can see, this is all our own listings. And now we should be able to edit. So if you click on edit, it's going to bring us to this exact section here, which we need to complete still, you know, because there's nothing here. So let's take care of this. So same principle again. What we need is to create a form. So I've created that already. And once you have the form created, like we have here, obviously, we can create the template, you know. So we go to templates, add new template. Again, this is going to be a page. So let's give it a name. So edit listings and then create template. And right here, we're going to insert the form. Okay, so form, jet form, drag and drop. Now select your form. This is the edit post, and then field layout, maybe row again. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, this is perfect. As you can see, we have everything, you know, image gallery and all that. Now we can publish. Excellent. Now if we go back now to WordPress, we can assign this to our section. And again, JetEngine, we go to our profile builder, account page, we go to edit profile. And as you can see, oh no, sorry, not edit profile, edit ad. And then we're going to select here, edit listings, save. Let's go back here, refresh. And there you go. Everything is working. We have our ads, add new ad, edit ad, and our profile. And now there's only one thing left to do is to take care of our single landing page. So if you click on any of those listings, as you can see, there is no content here, and we need something that looks like that with a picture, all the details here, and the seller's details here by the side, and the contact details as well. All right, so let's get started. So again, we go to the WordPress dashboard, we go to Crocoblock this time, we go to theme templates, and right here, going to add a new one. And this one is a new type that we haven't tried yet, is single, okay? So Elementor again, and let's say single ads or single listing, maybe, okay? Single listing, so we know this is the single landing page, and then create template. So let's create our layout, so flexbox, so we're gonna use 2 different columns maybe. So we could have the opposite of this, so we're gonna have a broader one on the left and the other one on the right. So let's divide this maybe, let's say 30% here. This is for the seller details. And here we're going to have the content. So we're going to have the rest of 70, okay? So it will look something like this. So maybe 70, 30, okay? So this should work fine. And now we can start adding our content, okay? So again, this is all dynamic content. So we'll have our dynamic image here. So this is the post thumbnail. And there's no preview, so I can click on the gear here, the cog gear, and then go preview settings. I'm going to select ads, just to make sure, you know, and then select a post, okay, any post. So let's go back to the dashboard here and see one of the ads. Okay, so this is by the seller here, so we need one that belongs to him. But since I created all the listings here, we have this one, so Honda. So let's look for Honda maybe, you know, Honda, or maybe a car, okay, so BMW, I just type BMW. BMW. Okay, so we have this one here, 740 black. So there it is. So you can change the resolution. So maybe we go for medium size. That's maybe a bit better. Maybe full, I don't know. Maybe halfway, maybe medium large, just like this, okay? And then we can enter the details underneath, obviously, So again, dynamic content, dynamic, maybe either dynamic term or dynamic field, obviously, So depending on what we are going to add. So I'm just going to add this here. So this is our title. So this is the name. I think the name should be on this side. So I'm going to add it here. Change this to something a bit bolder. Okay, so I'm going to select maybe Montserrat for this. Montserrat again. Let's go maybe 32, maybe a bit smaller, just like that, 26. And the weight, we're going to go with something medium or bold, maybe. Let's try extra bold. Perfect, that's better. So here, maybe you can change the background color as well. We're going to go to Style, Color. I'm going to select a faded blue, maybe something in the pastel shades, something like that. Perfect. And then here underneath, let's add our details. Okay, so again, dynamic field or dynamic terms, depending on what we're going to add. So if I click on this, as you can see, you have the metadata, and then we can have the price. You can have the mileage, the year, the body type, and all of that, okay? So what I'm going to do is to add this very quickly now. Okay, so this is what I have so far. So we have the image here, we have the details, so mileage, year, and so on, the drive. So again, you fetch this from here, obviously, like we just did already. And we right here by the side, we have basically the title and also the price. And for the price, I converted this into a format number with the decimal point. And also you can add decimals towards the end if you wanted to, So I just stripped it completely and I put the $sign here at the front with a small space in between. So this is what we have so far. So if we go back to the actual page here, as you can see, you'll have to put a bit more effort of this. I'm just showing you the ropes here, how it works. And then you have the description and then the basic and advanced auto options. As you can see, you have tick marks here with all the advanced options, the features. And I'm going to show you how you can insert this. So right here, instead of that, we're going to add a different field. So this one is called a meta field as well. And this time we're going to select the advanced options. And I'm going to show you how you can have those tick marks here, just like we have right here in the demo, okay? So for this, we scroll down the page. So we're going to disable this and enable the other ones. So filter field output, callback. So this one is going to be checked value. So try to find this here. As you can see, a checkbox, checked value list. Okay. And then for this, we're going to select the advanced options and the amount of columns. So maybe we go with 2 columns. Okay. And then you can add a divider if you wanted to as well, So I'm just going to leave it as it for now. So let's put this to the test. Okay, so we cannot have a quick preview, obviously. So we need to set this as the definite landing page for it. So let's do that so we can see if it will display properly or not. So again, here we go back to Crocoblock. We go to theme templates. So this is the single listing. And we need to set our condition here. Okay, so add condition. So include only for singular. And then this is going to be for CPT single. And then here for all the ads. Okay, so save condition. Perfect. And now we can go to the front end. So let's visit our website and let's put this to the test. Okay, so I'm going to bring this to the front and let's open maybe this one here as an example. Scroll down. And as you can see, you have electric windows. So this is displaying, but this is not the right way of displaying it. So let's go back here. So we need to change the color here. We go to style and we have the icon. So this is what we need. Okay, so we're going to select the color here. So let's go with a blue color maybe. Okay, just like this. For the tick mark, maybe more blue than this. Perfect. And we're going to change the size. So let's say maybe 12 and the gap in between maybe 15 pixels. Let's try this. Okay, so publish and then refresh. And oh yeah, silly me, I didn't select the icon actually. I could use a caret maybe, just like this. Okay, so this will be fine. Either this one, maybe this one. Okay, insert. Okay, very good. So let's publish and try now again, just to see if it will display or not. No, still not. So let's try something else. So let's go back to the home page and maybe try something else. Okay, maybe we're going to try it in the car section and then search. Let's try the Suzuki here. and that's nothing is displaying. Okay, so there's another issue somewhere. So we go back to the dashboard and have a look at our ads, and then let's look for Suzuki. Open this. Advanced features. That's why we have them as a select instead of a checkbox. So that's why. So we go back to JetEngine. This time we go to our post types, ads. Scroll down. We have advanced options, and it's not select. This is actually a checkbox. Okay. So update. Okay, very good. So now we can go back here, and as you can see in the advanced options, we have power steering, leather interior, and so on. So now we can select all of these, okay, and then update. Let's go back here and refresh. And normally, there you go. So this is working now. So this is where we went wrong. So obviously you have to try things out each and every time, you know, just to make sure everything is working fine. So now what we're missing here by the side is the details of our seller and the location as well. And as you can see, that's mainly the seller details. You know, this is basically a dynamic field. Again, you select the location, the state, and that's all. So let's take care of this section here, all related to our seller. Okay, so let's go back here to our single one. And underneath this, we're going to add all the details from our seller then. Okay, so first we're going to insert the details of the seller. So maybe with the image, so we could use an image box or something like this. Okay, so image box like this. So drag and drop. So I'm going to put this here underneath, just like that. And now we can customize the content, obviously. Okay, so we have the image. So we're going to fetch everything dynamically. So we click on dynamic tags. And right here, we're going to select, so this is the user image, okay? So author, user profile picture. Let's see what happens. So there you go. So this is Mr. Web, this is us. Maybe we can round it up a little bit, okay? So the image here, then we're going to change maybe, let me see, now the border radius. I'm going to add a little bit, just round it like this, maybe 50 pixels, perfect. And then we need the title, so the name of the seller. So this is the heading. So we're going to select this. Let's scroll down, and this is the author and the author name. Okay, so let's see what happens. So Mr. Web TV, perfect. And then we have the description. Okay, so here we're going to select something else. So this is the user field that we can use. Okay, so again, scroll down. So we need to find the user. Did I pass it now? Hold on. Author, yeah, and author info, if there's a bio or anything like this. Okay, so there's no author bio, but I'm sure we created something similar here. So let's go back here, edit profile, and it was about me. So maybe you could use this here. Okay, so the about me section. So this is a different field, obviously. So we go back here now, and instead of that, we're going to fetch a different set of information. And this one is going to be JetEngine, user field. And we're going to select, we have biographical info. So this is the one that we need. And this is going to be current post author. Okay, so I updated the about me here. So passionate about quality vehicle and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so now we can change this here and fetch it again. So let's start all over. So user field, biographical info, and this is current post author. And there you go. So this is displaying fine now. And obviously after this, you can customize the content, obviously, you know. So the name, maybe you can change the font and all that, and so on and so on. So the content here, we have the titles here. We're going to change the color a little bit, okay? And then the font size as well, maybe a little bit smaller, maybe just about there. And the description may be the same as well, you know. So here, description, we could have it a bit smaller, I think. This is a bit too big. Maybe just like this, maybe 10, maybe 11, just like this. Okay, perfect. So we can publish this for now. So what I would do is change the background color perhaps, and then maybe add a bit of padding all around it. So maybe 25 pixels. And then style, we're going to change the background. So this is our box. Hold on here. So this is the layout. Okay, so change the background. And we're going to change a different color. Okay, so maybe white. See what happens. Yeah, or maybe all together. No, white is fine. Okay, well, let's keep it like this. And then I'm going to add a bit of border radius. So maybe 10, just like this. Okay, so publish. Then now we can add maybe like this, registered date. Okay, so we go back here. So again, this is going to be a dynamic content. So dynamic field, drag and drop here underneath. Okay, and here this is going to be a post term ID, yeah. And this time is the registration date. So where is this one now? Registration date, okay. And now we can change the format to be easier to read. So that's going to be filter field output, yes. Callback, so this is going to be format date. We can keep it like this, this is fine. Or we could have maybe day, year, and month, like this. That's up to you really, you know. And then we could have maybe before that customize the field output, and then registered, and then the date, okay. And then we could add an icon maybe as well. And then here maybe user or something like this. Register maybe reg. Let's see. No, let's go with the user and maybe just this, okay. And then insert. Perfect. So we'll have this, and then we can change the font a little bit smaller. So typography, and here we're going to go with maybe this size, and the same for the icon, a little bit smaller. This is a little bit too big, just like that. Okay. So that's what we have now. So what do we need? Now we need the contact number and send a message button. So I'm going to add a button here. So button, here it is. So drag and drop. So that's one. And here we're going to insert the details. So this is the phone number that we want here. Okay. So first we're going to make sure this is full width. So we go here and then stretch. Perfect. And now let's insert the content. So instead of click here, this is going to be dynamic content. We go to user, again, author, and this is a user field actually. No, hold on, this is JetEngine user field. And what we need is the phone number, okay? So what we did we have now? Email maybe, or URL. We don't have phone number, so let's take email maybe, okay? Just like this. It's the same thing anyways, you know. So if you created the phone number, you would display the phone number, obviously. And then we can duplicate this maybe, okay? So duplicate now. And here we're going to change the styling. So this time the color will be white with a border, a solid border. That's going to be maybe, let's say 5 pixels. And the color is going to be the same as our green. So let's take maybe this one here. That's a bit too thick, this. Maybe like this. Okay, so let's take the right color actually. I'm going to select the color picker here. This is the one, okay. Perfect. Set the color to transparent actually here. Hold on, just like that. Very good. And the font color should be, let's go with green again, okay. So this one here, so this is the right green. And then the content, we're going to change this. So instead of this, we are going to create a button that says contact us or send a message, okay. Well, this is not going to be dynamic, so maybe contact seller or something like this, okay. So this is really up to you. And then we can publish. There you go. So this is our page done now. So let's put this to the test. So we go back to this page. So this is Suzuki. As you can see, all the details, the image and all that. So let's refresh. Very good. So as you can see, now we have Mr. Web here, passionate, the Suzuki SX4, the price. This is the email address and contact seller. So obviously this should normally be the phone number. Doesn't really matter, you know, and then contact seller. Now you can do whatever you want from here. You could have maybe book an appointment or something like this, you know, because if you go on the Crocoblock website, you'll find a ton of different Jet plugins. Obviously, you have Jet booking as well. So you could use this maybe to set a booking system, you know. So we're not going to cover this today, but it's just to show you all the possibilities that are available, okay? So right here, maybe what we could add now as a final touch is maybe see all listings, and then we could have a seller's page with all the listings in it, okay? And also we are going to link the contact seller, so there's nothing happening here. So what we need maybe is a pop-up window that would display maybe a contact form and send the inquiry to the seller, and you can reply then, okay? So there's a two-way interaction straight from the website. So let's do that together now. So let's go again step by step. So we go back to the dashboard, we go to Crocoblock and then update and installation. So for our message to come up, maybe we have a pop-up window. So JetPopup should be activated. So install, and then we can activate it as well. So where is this one? JetPopup, right here, activate. Perfect. So this is in place now. Okay, and then we're going to add a link here that's going to redirect straight to the seller's page with all the listings available for the seller here. Okay, so again, we go back here and remember what we did. We created a page that was called single seller. So this is the one that we're going to use. Okay, so edit element with Elementor, sorry. And then again, like we did before, this is going to be a listing grid. Okay, so drag and drop. Now you can configure the content. Okay, so right here, what type of listing are we going to show? So this is going to be a listing grid. This is the one. Okay, and now we need to specify those listings that belong to that user, obviously. Okay, so now we scroll down the page and we go to custom query. We're going to enable this and we're going to query by post. Okay, so this is normally by posts that are owned by that user. As you can see, we only have by VIP. So we need to create a query first. Okay, so let's publish. Let's go back here and then again, JetEngine and then query builder. And let's add a new one. Okay, so let's give it a name. So this one is going to be query by post of the queried user. Okay, so this we know exactly what it is. So post query is fine, cache query, okay. So post type, this is going to be our ads again. Okay, so select ads. Status should be published, obviously. So they have to be live. Very good. And then we're going to go to pagination here and show maybe 6 per page. Okay. And the author, so this is the most important one here, the author. We need to make sure this is the queried user ID. So I'm going to click on this and then scroll down and find the option that offers you the user ID. So queried user ID, and this should match up with the actual posts that are queried by the same user. Okay, so this is the one. So this is in place. Okay, so now we can go back here, and since we saved it, we can refresh. Okay, click on this again, and now we can configure our query and set it to query by post from the queried user. Okay, publish. Excellent. And now we can go back to our single listing page. I added a button here, so I duplicated it. And now we can change this to maybe see all listings from that seller. Okay, and for the field here, we're going to select the nickname, user property. Okay, so the nickname from the current author, and then we're going to add our URL in front, including single seller. So this is basically the main base URL that we need. Okay, so if we publish now, and then we go back here and refresh. Very good. So if you click on see all listings, it should normally bring us to the seller's page. So these are all the listings for Mr. Web TV. Okay. Very good. So this is working. So I believe we have more listings than this. So maybe we can add a pagination here underneath. Okay. So we go back to our page here, and here underneath, we're going to add pagination. So pagination here. So drag and drop. Okay. So, oops, sorry. And then select. So this is going to be again, JetEngine, Ajax. And then that's basically it. Okay. So the query can remain the same. I think we'll leave it as this. Okay, so let's try this first. Refresh. Okay, we can go to page 2. Perfect. Page 3, and so on and so on. As you can see, these are all the listings from Mr. Web, and they're all listed here, one after the other. And again, based on our query, we only display 6 per page, which is much easier. Okay, so let's go back to this page here, and let's complete the contact seller field here. So we're going to create a pop-up window, and then we will have a contact form link to it. Okay, so for this, we go back to the WordPress dashboard, and we create a form first. As you can see, I created one that's contact seller. So there it is. You can see you have your name, email address, and message. So keep it short, obviously, you know. And then you're going to send the email. So this is the action. So post, submit. We're going to send it to the author email. Okay. And that's the only field you need to complete here. Once you have this done, you can save, and we have the form in place. Okay. Now we need to go to JetPopup and create a new pop-up, obviously. Okay. So let's create a new one. So this is going to be Elementor again. And here we're going to say contact seller. Okay. And then you can select the form, as you can see, classic and full view. So let's go with a classic view like this one. Okay, and then create. Very good. So that's been created now, and now you can edit the content. So as you can see, there's the whole content here. So what you can do is basically delete this, create a new one, create Flexbox, select this one here, and then we're going to insert the form inside. So let's click on the plus sign here. So form, jet form, drag and drop. And let's select our form. Again, it's going to be a form by ID. Okay, so we need to fetch the ID. So we go to a form builder here. So I'll say 1965. Okay, so your name, email, and message. and that's basically it. Okay, so publish. Very good. And now we can go to our listing page. Okay, so click on the button here. Very good. And now normally you would add a link, but this is not what we're going to do. We're going to go to advanced and then collapse everything. And then you go to JetPopup. Very good. And then attach pop-up. So this is contact seller. Very good. And then what sort of trigger? Click on widget. Yeah, click on button. Okay, once you click on the button, it will open up and then we can publish. And let's put this to the test, see if it's working. So let's refresh. Contact seller. And there you go. Now we have the contact form. And now if you send an inquiry, you will receive the message. Well, the seller will receive a message and then they can interact between themselves. So there you have it, guys. This is how you can build a complete dynamic website from start to finish. And I hope you have a better understanding of how Crocoblock works. Now, this is going to be part of a series. I'm going to upload more videos and touch up on different types of subjects and different types of projects as well. Now, if you have any questions, leave that in the comment section below. I will endeavor to reply to everyone. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share with everyone whom you think might enjoy this content as well.